Good afternoon, traders. Welcome to the Moy Analytics Afternoon Energy Podcast for November 21st. Hope everybody had a good day trading today. All right, let's take a look at the natural gas. Another higher day. We've been bullish in here from the break above 274.20 and a break above 294.40. And we see it run up to 345.10. I said that we were approaching a major formation above. That's going to come in at 354.90 to 354.70 through tomorrow. Solid trade above here will project this upward $1 plus. If we break above there solidly and back down through it solidly, look for solid pressure for days/weeks. Maintain gap lower tomorrow. We'll leave a minor bearish reversal above. Crude oil seen a little higher trade as well here. The trade back above 67.63. I said we warn a strength. We've seen trade up to 70.38. Decent trade above this formation just above here is going to warn a decent strength. That's going to come in at 70.35. Minus 0.6 tick per hour starting at 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And that will project this upward $4.50 plus. If we were to fail back down through this formation down below, that's going to warrant decent pressure. That's going to come in at 67.81 to 67.83 through tomorrow. Okay, and the RBOB, or unleaded gasoline, trade above 193.54 has brought in 9.26 cents of strength and a little bit more here today, up to 202.80 before rolling over and bouncing off the line. Again, if it fell back down through that line, it's going to warrant a decent pressure again. That line is going to come in at 198.26 minus 2 per hour starting at 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, and the heating oil warned of range expansion today, which we saw. Trade above 222.94, so warned a decent strength. We've seen trade up now to 228.76. Are also breaking above this formation right here, which I said will project this upward 4 cents minimum, 22 cents plus maximum. We fell back down through that formation decently. That's going to warrant a decent pressure. And that's going to come in at 226.65. Minus 2 per hour starting at 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, and the Brent warned a range expansion today, which we did not see. Tomorrow has an even greater likelihood of seeing range expansion. And in the Brent, we held exhaustion. Excuse me. Disregard that. The trade above this formation right here now warrants a decent strength. If we were to fail back down through it, and then we want a renewed pressure, that's going to come in at 73.61 minus 1 per hour starting at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Gas oil warned of range expansion. It just saw a slight range expansion today, but more including Globex trade. Left the maintain gap higher intact today. So now this is now likely in a bullish correction against the move down from 727 and in the final stretch of the move up from 653.50 with possible exhaustion at 701.75 and 706 to 71 or 710 even. So ideally, this would be the ideal spot right up in here to sell if this was to rally up a little bit. And if this was going to roll over and start a whole new bear structure. We settle above here up in here, then that changes the picture a bit. has a greater likelihood of heading up towards 727. If this was to roll over hard and take out this formation down below, which is going to come in at 670.01 plus 9 per hour starting 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, that would warn of decent pressure. And a maintained gap lower will also leave a minor bearish reversal above. And going into tomorrow, the RBOB is the weakest out of the three, the heating oil the strongest out of the three, and the crude oil in the middle relative to one another. I would also just note, I don't normally go over the spreads in the podcast, but I would just note that the RBOB to heat spread had a big failure today. So that failed back to this formation. That warns of continued pressure, which is also highlighted in what I just said. Okay, thank you very much for watching. I hope you have a good evening, and I'll see you on tomorrow's podcast.